All right, so Jamal, you have been an agent with KW for how long?
2 years, going on three this April, I believe.
That's awesome. Okay. What brought you to KW, just out of curiosity?
So, crazy story. I worked right around the corner
Mm-hmm.
at a Sprint store, Sprint T-Mobile now, but I was a store manager there, and Lori Knox came in the store one day,
Yeah.
and it's always been on my mind to get into real estate. And one day, she came in there and she was like, you ever thought about being a realtor? I was like, I did,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure if I want to do it or not
Mm-hmm.
at that time.
Yeah.
And she was like, I think you'd be really good at it. And I was like, I'll think about it.
I
So,
love
long story short, I decided to transition to that. I lost my job once the merger happened
it.
with
Mm-hmm.
Sprint T-Mobile, and that was my opportunity to try to jump into real estate. So it's crazy how things work out and stuff like that. But
Isn't it?
I'm enjoying my time.
I love that. And that, like, it's kind of a crappy situation, but also, like, what a great opening chapter, right?
Yep, yep,
Um,
definitely.
okay, cool. So, what areas do you serve in Central Florida?
Um, I serve mainly. I live in Hardy County, which is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It seems like, but um, I do serve the Hardy County area, Highlands County, which is Sebring, Avon Park, Lake Placid, Polk County, obviously, Winter Haven, Lakeland, um, Lake Wales. I do some of Hillsborough,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I'm pretty much everywhere. I mean, I've traveled, as far as Eustis and
Yeah.
Gainesville. Actually, is the furthest
Wow.
I drove. But do I don't really like to drive that far. But I mean, if I do, if I have to, I will.
I love
But
it.
I do the Riverview, Waimama, Ruskin area too as well. So,
Very
and
cool.
that's kind of so.
You're a very well rounded
Yeah,
traveler with this. I
yes,
love it.
I am.
All right, so what we're doing is you are a black agent, right?
Mhm.
And you're also a male agent, and there's not that many. I, don't have the statistic in front of me, but there's not that many male agents. It's mostly a female dominated industry, but also there's not many black people in this industry. There's like a small handful. I'll find the statistics and I'll post them later.
It's actually I actually looked up the
Thank
statistics
you.
recently, and it's 6% of African Americans are realtors.
Well, okay, yeah, that's way lower than what I thought.
It's 2 million realtors in the United States, so
And
six
six
percent of that,
percent. Wow,
yeah,
that's
only six
crazy.
percent, yeah, yeah.
So, what do you what do you love about being a black agent in Central Florida, and how do you feel like the black culture has influenced you to do this, to do real estate and helping
Um,
your clients? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just love to be able to help and educate, my clients and helping them achieving home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe my cultural background. I mean, as an African American, you know, showing them and people like me
Mm-hmm.
can basically ease their mind of being able to come to me
Mm-hmm.
as far as helping them get buying a home or even getting into real estate. I see myself as possibly a role model for younger African American kids.
That's
um,
amazing. That's so.
that's
Oh, I
for
got chills. That's so good.
yeah, for your younger kids, because I have kids that come to me all the time saying, hey, I see you in real estate and you're doing a really good job. How do I get into it?
Yeah.
And I'm always giving them pointers on what they can do, or like, if you have any questions, reach out to me. So I look at myself as someone that's maybe a role model for kids that wanted to do this in their future.
That's incredible. I love that. Um, Okay, so follow up question to that then. What unique challenges have you, or different opportunities, or different things have you faced doing this for the last couple of years? Like you in specifically.
Yeah. The one of the main challenges I think is some some people would think that uh, I I'm less credible or don't have the knowledge, or they don't take me seriously just because
Mm-hmm.
I'm African American, as a realtor. And it's tough sometimes because I have friends and stuff that I see all the time, and they know I do real estate, but instead of them coming to me, they go to somebody that don't even know.
Interesting.
And and the thing, and I kind of it kind of upsets me sometimes, but it's very frustrating. But what can you really do? And the main thing I try to do is just try to build that rapport and let them understand. Let me at least give me a shot,
Mm-hmm.
give me a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what I can do, um, show you what I'm capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to like crack a little joke here and there with them to kind of get them comfortable.
Yeah.
So even though they're friends, we might be friends in passing. Hey, how you doing? And have a small chit chat conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to business, it's like they don't want to
They don't
deal
want to
with
mix
me.
it.
So I try to bundle it together and make it a little easier and make him feel like okay, I can be comfortable around him and he does know what he's talking about. So
Yeah.
you know showing him exactly what I know.
And I've watched you grow in this business, and
Yeah.
I tell you often because I tell every like I like to cheer people on, you know that. But I've watched you grow. I've watched you do your videos. I've watched you educate. I've watched you get your clients to the closing table. You are a phenomenal agent. No one
Thank
should
you.
ever second guess you because of anything, any reason at all. And I just wanted to tell you that because you are a great agent, and
Thank you.
you especially because like I know you're like me, you like education and you like
Mhm.
to have that understanding, especially for your clients, because this is not an easy, like this isn't,
It's,
like I always say, this is not going to Publix and just grabbing bananas, like this isn't
yeah.
that, like,
No, it's not.
so, and you are very very good at doing that stuff, so that's incredible.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess my last question is, how do you see home ownership changing in the next 10 years? And what do you think? Like, do you see like a change or a shift in real estate happening?
I do. It's one of them things with I think it's gonna definitely grow, but I think there'll still be some challenges.
Mm-hmm.
As far as money, um, credit, just the economy and basically representation.
Okay.
And some of them are actually they want to buy a home, but they don't know where to start.
Right.
So with us as being African American realtors, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they have us to lean on a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that could help ease their mind. Kind of like what I said earlier, of being a homeowner. Because another statistic I looked up, there's 45% of African Americans that own a home, and
Mm.
the gap between that and white ownership is white ownership is 75%.
Wow,
So it's a big gap.
that's a big gap.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
But I think the educational portion is definitely something that would help the African American community
Mm.
understand what home ownership means. Because
Mm-hmm.
some of them think renting is the best thing ever. I can rent, have my own home,
Yep.
have my own home, but it's not really your own home.
It's not.
Why
Yeah.
not? Why not put some money away? Put a down payment on a house, and now you're building generational wealth for your kids and their kids and your grandkids. So,
Yep.
and that's one thing we have to do as African Americans is being able to educate, get them into their own homes,
Mm-hmm.
and build wealth in our communities.
That's amazing, and it's something that KW does. We talk about often is a legacy worth leaving, and I
Yeah,
think to have that legacy of home ownership and the value of that and showing your kids that like this is possible, you can absolutely own your own home and you can get into real estate and create a wealth of and give back to your community, do whatever you need to with it, like that is such an incredible thing. And yes, education, and I know, like I said, you do it all the time. Like, don't be afraid to ask. Please don't ever be afraid to ask, because even if you're just asking the question of like, how do I start? Great. We're not gonna jump on you.
yeah,
we're gonna educate you, because this is what we do as realtors. And again, and I will say it till I am blue in the face. You do a phenomenal job of education. Thank you for doing that.
thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it.
What is, I guess, one last thing that you would like everybody to know about you as a realtor?
Just know that I'm gonna work hard. I work hard daily from the time that I get you as a client to getting your pre-approval to the end of the closing table. What's crazy is my wife thinks that I'm like I go overboard sometimes because I'm constantly like wanting things to get done,
Mm-hmm.
and and the crazy thing about me is I'm kind of laid back a little bit, nonchalant, and when it comes to real estate, I'm like really on top of everything. I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
get everything, all my ducks in a row. I want to make sure everything is going right. I want to make sure my clients get everything they need
Mm-hmm.
and everything is done prior to them asking. But I already got that done. I already did all this, and I got everything taken care of.
So good.
So I just want to ease my client's mind, let them know that I'm there for them. I can handle everything, and it's going to be try to make it as smooth as possible, be a smooth ride.
That is so cool. That's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to put your information below, but do you want to give out your information right now in the video too?
Yeah, you can follow me on all social medias. I'm Homes with J Jones. My name is Jamal Jones, obviously, so that's why. Instagram, TikTok, I post pretty much daily on each one. If it's informational, something funny,
It's funny
or
usually.
a house tour or anything like that. So follow me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you around.
Yes, thank you so much.
Cool.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.